Hey tubes, Love to Boat 92 here. Today we're going to be changing the oil in it's an Encore Xtreme zero-turn mower. This is their 48-inch Kawasaki model. To get the drain plug out, you could either use a flathead screwdriver or a 10mm metric socket. I already have a hose hooked up. I'm going to need an extension. It's kind of cramped. Probably won't be able to get much ratcheting in here. Oh, God. I've already warmed up the engine here. If you want the oil to flow a little faster, open this thing up. We'll open this up a little more. Should start to see something happening. Oh, there we go. Oh boy, that stuff's black. Yeah, it was time. I'm just using an old garden hose here to drain the oil out. I think this engine takes about 2 quarts of oil, somewhere around there. While that's draining, take off the oil filter. This is a really messy job. Stick the paper towels down here to collect some of the oil, but it probably never collects it all, because too much comes out. Oh yeah, that's great. I always end up spilling a bunch on the floor too. That's great. It's like a million threads on this thing too. And boy, that oil's warm. It's probably 30 degrees outside today, and in here. There was a Kohler filter on this thing, and we're replacing it with a Fram PH4967. Get a jug of new oil. It's always a good idea to take some motor oil and rub it on the gasket so the gasket doesn't dry out. Take paper towel and wipe the surfaces off where the gasket's going to go so it gets a good seal so you don't have any leaks. I always try to get out as much of the old oil as possible. Another good idea you want to get all of the oil out, or as much as possible, like I do. I stick a jack under the left side of this mower, and it should tilt it. So more oil comes out down here. Yep, there's a little bit more coming out. You can still dribble in a little bit. We like to change the oil, and this thing gets changed about every 75 hours, roughly. if I got the right filter, this thing should fit right on. Yes, and it does. You just want to hand tighten this. Don't ever use a wrench to tighten these things. It should be good. All the old oil has finished draining. And I am going to now tighten up the drain plug. And as much by hand as I can. I really don't like how this drain plug is plastic. Even coming out right from the engine is plastic. The plug is plastic, so you really have to be careful how you tighten things because it's not metal and it'll just strip. That's tight. That's tight, hopefully. Shouldn't have any leaks. Let's let the jack down. This mower weighs almost 1,000 pounds. I think it's like 900 and almost 1,000. Even more with fuel and oil in it. I think that's dry. And now what we're going to do, I should clean up a little bit. This mower says to put SAE 30, 10W30. I'll go get a funnel, stick this in there. Oh yeah, that'll be much easier. Put in the rest of this old quart. See, make sure the oil filter is on, and this is tight. It is. Looks like it. What I don't want to happen is me start putting this oil in and it all just goes right through the engine. Our dealer for this thing says to use synthetic oil, but when it's 40 bucks, almost 50 for a 5-quart jug of it, that's quite a bit, I think, at least. When you still have to change it each fall, so you're not really getting ahead any with your oil changes. Like, I know on the cars they say that you can go like 6,000 miles for oil change, but that doesn't really matter when it's something like this, because the oil gets dirty no matter what. So there's a little, about 2¼ quarts in this one. There's just a little in that other quart jug. Oh boy, this is a little difficult. Yeah, boy, the oil's not flowing very good today because it's so cold. Probably check it there. And get the dipstick. On these Kawasaki engines, you don't have to thread the dipstick in the whole way. So all you have to do is put this down. I always like to turn it just a little, like right there. You don't have to tighten it down the whole way to check the oil. So right there. And It's always so difficult to see where the oil line is when you've just changed it. I don't even think this is reading yet. Oh, it is a little. We still have a ways to go. Let that dribble a little bit. And get the dipstick again. I always check this thing a bunch of times because I don't want too much and I don't want too little. Right at the low line. Yeah, I don't think we're at the fill yet. Or the full. Yeah, we still gotta put more in. And I don't really want to waste any of this stuff either. Oh, this oil's moving so slow today. What I should have done is brought this jug in inside the house where it's heated. That should have been good. I don't think that's it. Let that dribble some more. I think we're about right at the full line. Maybe just a tad overfilled, but that's alright. We still have to run this and all the oil has to circulate around the oil filter. Yep, we're on the full line. That's great. Now it's time to run it. When I start this thing, I also want to, I'll take it outside, but I want to check so that the oil filter is not leaking and there's no oil coming out of the drain. So that's the last thing I need. If you guys enjoyed this video, would you please give me a thumbs up? If you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.